So my next film is a film called Lurker, and in this film, a retail employee infiltrates the inner circle of an artist on the verge of stardom. As he gets closer to the budding music star, access and proximity become a matter of life and death. And it's directed by Alex Russell, and the film stars Theodore Perlin as our Lurker. We've also got Archie Madikwe, who plays Oliver, who's the artist in this film. We've also got Zach Fox in this, Havana Rose Liu, Sonny Soljic, and Daniel Zalgardi this also pops up in this. And there's a couple other players that play part of this musician's entourage, but this was a surprising film to me. First of all, I think the concept is not anything new. I think we've seen stuff like this in film like The Fan or any of these other kind of stalker kind of things. But I think what's cool about this, it kind of mixes, our current social media, that comes into play and just stuff that's going on in here, especially the acting, man. I think everybody does a grade A job, but it's really weird how you see how this character finds a way as an insider, man. It's kind of crazy because the artist actually comes into his shop one day and and he's kind of hanging back nonchalant while the other workers and fans in the store, they're all, huddled around this guy. And it's crazy because he's in there shopping and he said, "Hey man, y'all put some music on or whatever." Like, so the guy, this is his moment because he stalks this guy, incessantly, so he knows what this guy's tastes are. So he plays a song and he's like, "Oh, I didn't expect you to come up with this," and they get to talking and he actually invites this guy to come hang out at a show, and he uses that as an opportunity to get even closer and closer. And eventually he starts doing video work for this guy, man. But it's really crazy because you start seeing the way that he's moving in a way. He gets in, with this group, and suddenly he starts pushing out the other people that are already there, setting them up, tripping them up, making it look like, oh, you forgot something. Like one of the guys, he disconnects his batteries off the charger. So when they go to the video shoot, all of a sudden his camera dies, but conveniently, hey, I've got my camera. Why don't we use mine? Little stuff like that, man. And it's really wild seeing how this guy like gets in here. It's nuts, man. It's a wild character arc and a lot of crazy stuff that's happening. And honestly, for this to be a film, this is one that I feel like is very realistic, man. I think there are people out there, a lot of them, especially these days, that move like this. You know what I'm saying? It's not good enough that they are get in and become part of something, but they also, instead of becoming a part of the team, they start looking at the rest of the team as competition, and then they're trying to get rid of them. It's like, yo, you can't shine brighter than me. It's kind of crazy, man. And I think it all circles around and culminates into I guess one of the ideas that is brought up is the fact that they are all vying for favor from this artist. You know what I'm saying? It's their duty and their livelihood is dependent on carrying favor with this guy. You know what I'm saying? However they got to do, whether they got to throw someone else under the bus during the entourage, because there are a couple guys in here. You're like, what do these guys do? Other than just maybe you might run to the store for this guy here and there, but he could do that on his own. Other than that, it just looks like you're just keeping him company, and he has a manager. I think that's Rose Hughes' character, and she's probably the one that's the most, booking flights, making sure he makes appointments and scheduling things and that. So she's probably the closest thing to a manager out of the group. He's got his videographer, and those people are really like essential. But some of the other ones, you're just like, what do you guys do? What are you
Yeah,
here for?
that's one thing you kind of see in these type of films is
Mhm.
you never see anybody take down a whole entourage. Is that if that's what you're kind of saying?
Mhm.
Majority they just you know you never just see this in a film or whatever. That's probably how it would be
Yeah.
done in real life or whatever. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yeah. That's one thing. Yeah, you're right. Because they're usually blending in, and as the name implies, just lurking, trying to fit in
Yeah.
and not get kicked out. But this guy's just he goes about it in a whole different way, man. And by the end, that might be my only complaint, though. I do think the conclusion of it is a little bit like Damn. But then again, it makes you think a little bit. I probably would have wanted a different ending, but that's not a knock on the film. That's just me making a choice that what I would rather have seen than what they did. But overall, man, this is a really good film, dude. Like I was surprised, man. Like I had saw some people buzzing about it and sometimes that could be just a simple glimpse that somehow gets triggered when I see the name come up again. Like once I'm looking at the AMC and they're like, "Oh, Lurker's playing." Then I might get a flashback of some quote that I saw on Twitter saying, "Yo, this film was good." And I was like, "Oh, okay, this is playing." And once again, it's one of these small things, and I feel like, all right, I might have a week where this thing will be in the theater. So if I want to see it in the theater, I might as well go now. And maybe push something that has a wider release that I know, like I could go see. I know something like one battle after another is probably going to be running for a whole month. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? So I gotta go and catch the smaller film while I can, and then catch the bigger stuff, later. So sometimes it's a juggling act, especially because I do
What,
definitely do prefer to watch stuff in the movie as much as I can, in the
what,
theater.
where did you see this at? You saw this screaming, or you saw
I
it?
saw it on AMC. Yeah, I
Okay,
went to the like I said, it had a show, and I was surprised that it was playing near me, and it was in the smallest theater in the building, like a 24 seat
wow.
room in that thing, something like that, man. So yeah, it felt
Yeah,
like I call that theater the closet, yo. Sometimes you gotta go see something in the closet.
that's your annual event room. Like if you're having a birthday party there, instead of
Hmm.
getting the whole theater, you get a
Yeah, I
small.
think that's probably the first option. If you want to rent out a theater, they'll send you to that one unless you
Yeah,
got like a bigger and you could prove that you need like the 50 seats or whatever the hell.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's probably big money to get one of those. And I don't think there's gonna be a lot of slots to get one of those, man. Like you're not getting the IMAX. You're gonna have to probably come out like $1,000 or something you know what I'm saying? To
yeah,
get
yeah.
the like that's crazy. Um but yeah,
Yeah,
man,
I
Lurker
see
was
where
good, dude.
it's streaming on Movie. So
Oh,
I
okay,
think
okay,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. You can watch it there. I don't. What's Mubi? Is that free streaming, or do you got to pay a membership to get to Mubi? Or
I think you have to pay a membership because it's like a Prime Video channel or whatever. But
okay,
I know
okay,
that's.
okay.
I remember last year that was the only way you could see, or earlier this year. Well, I guess last year that's the only way you could see Substance.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that was
Ah, okay. Yeah, that's interesting, man. Cause I wonder if they have it on like if you can rent it from
you can get it from
um.
Prime. You can get it from Prime also for like $19. But
Oh, okay, yeah, 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 yeah. You can rent it in other places. So I
yeah.
guess all right. So if you do have the Mubi membership, you can watch it there. So that's interesting because there was something else I just watched. Yeah, yeah. What's the name? Was a movie film. The the Mastermind.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, that was also in the credits as that was coming on. You know.
okay.
Yeah.